If you want to make more money, raise your hand and say yes. Oh, I'm in the right place. If you need to make more money, raise your hand and say yes. One more question. If you have not reached your potential, raise your hand and say yes. Oh, I'm in the right place. Here's your truth. Some of you have not even scratched the surface of possibilities. I'm living a dream life right now for one reason. My wife and I have cracked the code on peak performance. All that research I did on my way to the NBA, woo! It has blessed my life again and again and again. And I'm a brother from the south side of Chicago. Here's what my research has taught me on how to become elite. I'm gonna give you a formula. This formula is gonna change your life. Let me make one thing clear. Some of you guys have hit cruise control. Some of you guys have relaxed. And here's why. You think you a baller shot caller because you're making some money. But you're doing 1 million, 1.5 million. And you think that you've built some kind of empire. The truth is, you don't have an empire. You're just making money and you can take care of your family and your mom. And you call that an empire. I came here today to talk about legacy. I want you to take care of your family. I want you to take care of your mama. But what about your city? What about your nation? What about your country? And here's the truth. There's big empires and there's small empires, and most empires come to an end. You guys heard of the Roman Empire. You've heard of the Greek Empire. You've heard of the Egyptian Empire. You don't have time to relax on your little bitty empire. So I know you make 1.5 million, but you better take some notes. I know you're making more money than you ever made in your life, and I'm happy for you. But you better take some notes, because the worst thing you can do is relax. The worst thing you can do is take it easy, because empires, if you're not careful, will come to an end. Empires, if you're not careful, can crash and burn any moment. If you don't believe me, ask Kanye West. If you don't believe me, ask Kyrie Irving. I need you to lock in tonight. I need you to focus on my message today, because your empire should grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Just yesterday, I was around some Home Depot guys, and we were on the elevator, and they started talking about Home Depot, and I said, oh, by the way, your founder is my neighbor. They looked at me and said, huh? Oh, yeah. Bernie Marcus is my neighbor. I came here today to bless your life. Because some people live day to day, some people live check to check, some people live decade to decade. Where do you want to be 10 years from now? Who do you want to be 10 years from now? Here's my truth. My wife and I scraped every penny we had to get into this neighborhood. Why? Because I understand the power of fellowship. I understand my salary will be the average of my 5 closest friends. I understand if I want to be elite, I need to get around elite people. If I want to be a billionaire, I need to get around billionaires. My neighborhood has 6 billionaires, and I get to have cocktails with them. We have 6 billionaires, and I get to go to happy hour with them. Here's the truth. I'm not trying to live day to day anymore, because I've been broke. I'm not trying to live check to check anymore, because I have been busted. When I made up my mind to become more powerful, my whole world changed, and I began to live decade to decade. It is impossible to reach your potential without a coach. I'm gonna say it one more time. I am giving you the formula. It is impossible to reach your potential without a coach. I mean, you ever thought about sports? Every great player is connected to a great coach. I mean, think about that. We talk about Tom Brady, but we gotta talk about Bill Belichick. I add value to you, and you add value to me. I add value to you, and you add value to me. Here's the problem that most of you have right now. You're trying to do it all on your own. Why? Because you're smart. Why? Because I want to show people how smart I am. Well, if you're that smart, you understand the power of coaching. I mean, didn't Michael Jordan have a coach? I mean, his name was Phil Jackson. Remember earlier in his career, they called him selfish, self-centered? And they called Michael Jordan a showboat, and a young coach named Phil Jackson simply said, give him to me. I add value to you, and you add value to me. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. You guys seen the video. He looked goofy at the combine. And Bill Belichick said, give him to me. I add value to you, and you will add value to me. The greatest golfer of all time was well on his way to becoming the greatest golfer of all time, but he had a problem. He violated the formula. His number one coach, and this was not his fault, was his father, and his father passed away. And then he fired his golf coach, Butch Harmon. And to this day, Tiger Woods has not gotten back on track. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how talented you are. You gotta have a coach. Right now, I have 2 coaches. I got a business coach, and I got a strength and conditioning coach. I played in the NBA, and we had a strength and conditioning coach who had one job: to make our bodies look insane. The strength and conditioning coach had one job: to make sure that we were physically fit. The strength and conditioning coach had one job: to make sure we stayed healthy so we could be the best in the world at what we did. Here's what happens. January 1, every health club in America sets records on memberships. January 1. And you meant well, am I right or wrong? And you go in there for a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3. And one day you're driving down the street and you see that Krispy Kreme. Don't do it. Oh Lord, the light is on. Am I just telling you the truth? And before you know it, you're back where you started for one reason. You tried to do it on your own. You tried to do it by yourself. I'm very fortunate because my whole life I've been exposed not to good coaches, but to great coaches, and I didn't come today to brag about me. I came today to brag about my coaches and what I learned to be elite. If you want to become a millionaire, you got to think like a millionaire, talk like a millionaire, sell like a millionaire, market like a millionaire. You must master the fundamentals of business. Great coaches teach you fundamentals. My high school basketball coach taught us fundamentals. And he said, son, if you master these fundamentals, you can go to the next level. My college basketball coach taught us fundamentals. And he said, if you master these fundamentals, you can play in the NBA. On my research, on my way to the NBA, I did a lot of things right. But can I be honest? I did a lot of things wrong. My whole goal was to make it to the NBA. And when I made it to the NBA, I relaxed. When I made it to the NBA, I hit cruise control. If you're not careful, You're gonna get some good information. And you're gonna say the same thing if you're not careful. I'm good. I don't need all that. I mean, I make 1.6 million. I make 1.8 million. You're content with being good. But just like a good coach, I came here to push you. There's some people in this room making more money than you. There's some people on this earth that do the same thing you do, that make more money than you. Why would you settle for good when you can build a legacy and be great?